Hey there once again, Solar Bears fans. Jesse Liebman here, and I'm joined virtually via Zoom with defenseman Luke McInnis, who is the latest signing for the Solar Bears for the 2020-21 season. Luke, you are coming to us from the storied Boston College Eagles college hockey program, and expected to make your pro debut with the Solar Bears this winter. For you, where is home for you right now, and how have these last several months been for you while you've been anxiously waiting for the season to get started?
Home for me right now is Hingham, Massachusetts, just 30 minutes south of Boston. It's kind of been a little antsy during this time, not being able to play, but I've been able to work out at a gym that's local and get on the ice here and there, but just kind of really waiting for the season to come up.
Now, for you, recap, I guess, the past season for us, if you can. You completed your senior season at BC. You were playing for Jerry York, the all-time winningest head coach in college hockey history, over 1,000 wins to his resume. And for you, what was this experience like the last 4 years at playing at BC?
It's definitely a great experience because the hockey program's such a great program that they have over at BC, and especially being coached by Coach York, who's had so many years of experience and had some really good success over the years. Definitely learned a lot and really enjoyed my time there. It's a shame what happened this past season because we were pretty good this past season, but just looking forward and excited for what the future holds.
Now, you kind of have a unique perspective. Not only did your father, Marty, play in the NHL, but he was also an assistant coach for BC during your time there. What was that experience like, playing under your father?
He didn't really have too much to deal with me because he kind of was with the forwards most of the time, but butted heads a few times on the bench, yelling back and forth. But for the most part, it was a good experience. He didn't try and teach me too much because he didn't play the same position. Didn't just help me here and there with little pointers, but overall, it was a great experience with him.
I have to ask, not necessarily pertaining to you, but you come from a family of BC athletes. Your father, Marty, played at BC. Your mother, Missy, played lacrosse at BC. Your younger brother, Chase, though, it looks like, from what I've read, he's kind of gone a different route. He's committed to Northeastern for the upcoming season.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit tough not having him go to BC, but wherever makes him happy and wherever he gets to play the most. So Northeastern seems like a great landing spot for him, and I know he's really excited to get things
Uh,
going.
dur- During your time at BC, you actually had the chance to play with Kevin Lohan, who is coming back for his third season with the Solar Bears. That was during a graduate transfer year for him in 2017-18. How much of a factor did he play into the recruiting efforts by Drake Berhowski to get you to come here to Orlando?
I've known Kevin. I lived with Kevin actually when he was here. I lived in his graduate house with him. But he's an awesome guy, and he talked very highly of the organization and how us as players were treated, and about the fan base and how awesome it is down there. So it kind of seems like a no-brainer after talking to him, and it's nice having him on the team once again. So I know somebody right when I get there.
So, how would you describe your overall style of play? I know in 2015 you skated in the USHL All American Top Prospects game. You actually came away with MVP honors from that game. But for Solar Bears fans that maybe don't watch a lot of college hockey or don't follow the USHL and the junior circuit that closely, what can fans come to expect from you this coming season when you make your pro debut?
I'm hoping to get back to more offensive, defensive play. The past couple of years at BC, I was kind of put into the role where I had to play more defensive, especially with our team. Our team was good, but not one of the best teams the first couple of years I was there. It was kind of a learning curve for me to learn the defensive aspect because I used to just run and gun. But hopefully, I can just continue to be solid on the back end, but contribute more on the offensive end.
What do you like to do away from the rink? What are some of your downtime activities that you like to take advantage of? And I have to imagine that you'll be soaking up as much sun as possible down here in Orlando.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on the boat fishing. Go a lot tuna fishing, so it's a lot of fun. Long days, but kind of clears your head when you're out there with no phone signal or anything.
Defenseman Luke McInnis joining the Orlando Solar Bears for the 2020-21 season. Luke, we thank you for taking a moment out of your time, and look forward to seeing you during training camp.
Thank you.